I got some time, a little bit of energy, and I was like, dude, I got to jump on the table, see an update. And then I was also kind of just looking through some of the latest things that I got in this last week's shipment. Let's pull some of this stuff out. So this is some chamfer bits. This is from the brand HIQ Parts. These are made in Japan, right here. Let me flip this open here so you guys can kind of see right there. So yeah, this is a pretty neat chamfering tool. You know, most of the times you get this right here, and when you use this tool, you insert it, and you start twisting it, and then you start to get this shape right here. And I mean, you could still fit parts in there. A lot of this is used over with you know, Gundam builders, but you can apply this to many things. You know, even with scale model building. If you were, I don't know, let's just say if I decided to open up some of these gauges right here, you know, I could always drill a hole first. Hey, what's up, Armando? And then from there, use the this chamfer bit right here. So there's a while back, this is the first one I had received or purchased from HIQ Parts some years back. And they come in this cool little case right here. Take this out. Check it out. Let's see. All right, sorry guys. Yeah, where's, there we go. You could barely see it right there, but I think this might be the closest I can get with this the tool right here. So this right here, you could obviously fit this on your pin vise. Let me get it out. Let's see if this would be the size. Oh no, this is too small. It's gonna be most likely this one. I could fit it in. Yo, what up? What up? There we go. There you go. And then from here, you know, you could start using it. So this is the one I used to have back then for a minute, and then this is the newest one that just dropped from them. You could somewhat tell the difference on there. This one looks a little smaller than this, but and then they obviously changed the bottom to blue, and this one was in red. So it's just something I was kind of looking at earlier today that I wanted to share. Something new that I got in. I'm gonna see if maybe later I could still get some of these ones in red. So that's it for that. So yeah, these are available now on the site. And then these are just some other Hasegawa tools that arrived. I really like when they put them in these plastic bags because I get to reuse these bags later. Still clean. All right. So this is the saw set. There's this. It's pretty neat. There's also this ruler here. And one thing I noticed is this area right here. They leave a little opening there. So this way when you want to fit your hobby knife, you can fit it right in there. Little 90-degree. And then inside of it, it does have like aluminum or metal strip along the inside. So if you're running your hobby knife through it, you know, you're cutting your styrene. You know, since the ruler is made out of plastic, you're not gonna be hitting the ruler. Is just gonna go straight, you know. And then this one here is just a straight one that they came out with a while back. All right, let me just take it out halfway for you guys. Oh, there you go. You can see it right there. And this one's cool because it's clear. But then you get to the side, like the edge right here. It's like a metal piece. right there all along. I think it's just on one side. Yeah, then you got the plastic on the other. But this is pretty cool. Cool little tool for a ruler. One day I'm gonna have to bust out all my rulers and show you guys all the different ones I've used and I still use if ever need them, you know. So yeah, this is the latest from Hasegawa. That's on the site that I just got in, and these come in different shapes. You could always use this like as a hand saw tool, or even some of these other bits you could put them on your hobby knife handles as well. So let me put these ones away. And so how's everybody doing? Let's see. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, it was just kind of, I was just kind of kicking it. I was moving some stuff around, cleaning things around here, and I was looking at the clock. I'm like, all right, I got some time, I don't feel so tired or anything. I could jump on, say what's up, hang out for a little bit with you guys. 'Cause, tomorrow's Monday. Back to starting the week, the routine. Here we go. And I wanted to show you guys this tool right here. I'm just lining them up right now. This is another Japanese chisel tool with a wooden handle, which is pretty neat. I picked up some from some hobby stores some years back, and then I couldn't find them anymore. Eventually, I found one on Amazon a long time ago, but from a shop in Japan. And check these out. So this is a wooden grip handle. See right there, power grip. So if you guys are looking for these, just look up power grip and chisel. I ended up putting this little sticker in the back right here, just so I know the size right there. And let's see here. This is another one, power grip. This is a 3mm. I think there's one I didn't put one on, and then here's the 4. I think it's this one here. I need to find a sticker for it with the number. I want to say this might be a 6 on this one here. I believe this is the last one I bought. I bought these separate. They do sell them in sets, but not all sets are flat chisel. So it comes with this like kind of rubbery cap. Let's pull this off. It gets a little stuck sometimes, but there we go. So let's see here. So this is a flat chisel right there, and it's pretty strong. It's a pretty strong chisel too. So yeah, this won't really bend, and then just the wood handle, the way the shape is, the way how this feels like around your hand and everything, it's really nice. So this is a product from Japan that I acquired a while back. I'm gonna take off all the caps. This way you guys can see the different sizes. And then I'm gonna demo you guys kind of the reason why I acquired these and how these come in handy. Especially with this build right here, I'm gonna definitely need it for the interior. The first time I ever saw someone use this tool was this artist from Japan. He's a Gundam builder, and he was using this to like remove styrene by scraping it or pushing it forward. And I mean, this edge is pretty sharp. When you get these, they're like right now it almost feels like a knife, like a blade. And then this size right here is another one. So see the difference. This is the 4. I'm pretty sure this is the 6. And I think this is the highest it goes to, up to 6. So all right, so check it out. Let's get the interior tub right here. Here's the dash. So we have the dash right over here. I'm gonna work on this dash later. From the last time, we put glue on this. We got it as smooth as we could with the polished sander, but it still needs to be. You could tell in areas where it's like it's not really flowing like round right here a little. So I'm gonna have to manually by hand sand that part. But the rest, a lot of it, it's smooth A lot of things were deleted. We ended up switching over from left hand side to right hand side. This is going to be more of a Corvair that would end up in Japan. So let's see here. So like when we put this on and you look inside the tub, you can see where all the gas pedals and everything was on this side, on the left side. And with my God hand nipper, I went ahead first and I started, just going in there, kind of just striking each little piece that was sticking out, cutting all that out, right? But I'm still left with, let's see, with all that debris right there, and I can either, if I sand it by hand, like with my finger, and I'm just sanding in there with like a pad, with one of the God hand pads, that's gonna take a long time, and it's just gonna get a bit annoying. If I try to use, like a hobby blade, I could get some of it off, but it's still, this isn't the correct tool for what I want to do. I could probably use this too, but at the same time, it's gonna be a while. And if you can see that it's quite at an angle right here, it's not just flat. So this tool right here is what comes in handy because, you got the chisel where you could push down. But since we have this angle, then you can always turn this around and you could push it down this way, or, you could work it at an angle right here and then push it down, So let's see here. I'm going to try to demo it for you guys right here. Try to clean this up. I'm looking at the part. I'm going to try not to look at the camera so much because it's in front of me. Let me get comfortable right here so it doesn't feel all weird as I'm doing this. Hopefully it gets it because I know, I'm using my phone right now for this, and the autofocus, it gets annoying for me, I'm like, man, what the heck? Okay, there you go. Let me see how much I could clean up with this. Watch it not cut anything. I'm like doing all this talking for nothing. You guys are like, dang, weak. You didn't do anything. All right, we're going sideways. Hey, what's up, George? What up, man? I'm just right here working on this little piece. Inspired me, bro. I saw all the customization you did to your car, man. And I'm like, dang, I gotta step up my game, bro. But if anybody didn't watch the stream, last podcast episode we did last week, that was with George, Vision 124. He's right here live on the chat. Yeah, I'm just trying to get rid of the chunks, and then I could clean this up later with a little bit of sanding, but not too much, because you see all these little pieces are coming off right there. Dang, thanks, bro. Yeah, man. Hey, you're starting to make me, the more this car's talking to me, it's telling me, hey, get rid of that gas door right there. Man, I might have to fill that in. I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. But I really like the way you did yours, dude. I was like, man, like it's crazy. Even the interior, man. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so right now as I'm pushing this, I'm not really putting too much, I don't want to say the word effort, but like, I'm not stressing out my hands, like pushing right into this, I'm just trying to clean it up, take my time. Because I know if I was using the sanding, I'd be going back and forth, and then my fingers would be like pressing on it, and it would just be getting sore after a while, I'd be like, dang, this is too much. All right, let's see, let's go to a smaller size right here, and then let me push this back, see if I can knock these out since they're kind of loose already. But yeah, these, I don't carry them. I wish I did. I wish I could carry them, but I don't even know who carries these, like meaning who the distributor is or anything on these parts. But if you guys want to get these, just look them up online. Power grip, chisel. All right, let's see how we're doing right here. All right, here we go a little bit, making some progress on this. Going backwards a little. Yeah, it's starting to come off. All right, cool. So then also the same's gonna go for, like, you know, we got this on the floor, or even like right here on the side, all this stuff right here, we see with the side door panels. Let me see if I could color them and so you guys could kind of see this stuff, what I'm talking about. Like there's door panels. There's a bunch of little things right here inside on the side right there that needs to go. If I want to do that flat, you know, I could obviously sand it, get crazy with it, sanding it, or I could just start kind of pushing this down and start getting rid of this, like, I'm getting rid of this not door handle, like an armrest that was right here. Anything, like if there's a little knob, the door handle, any little thing that's just sticking out right now, it's like I'm just cutting right through it. And then after we do all these cuts, then we can follow it up with some sanding sticks. Keep going the other way. There we go. I was referring to the camera angle. But yeah, there we go. Damn, bro. Hey, yours is dope, man. I need to go back and rewatch the video clip when you're showing us your car. It looks nice. Hey, George, on yours, when you smoothed yours out, did you just sand it, or what was your way that you did it? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, because it almost looks like I might have to cut all this stuff out. I might have to possibly even use some putty too. Oh, nice. Because I know there's like some little dips. I could see them here on the... All right. All right, I gotta blow this real quick. But yeah, that's one of the things this tool comes in handy. There's also, you know, sometimes in here you get some of this like these little round parts right here. Not parts. I'm thinking probably where the mold was probably being held, like this piece, and it has a flash all in there. I don't know if you guys could see that. It's right there. You know, you could also chisel that out, get rid of all that. Dang, Armando, I know that would have been crazy if you would have had access to like just the tools and all the stuff that we have now back in that time. That would have been nuts. But hey, man, we give you a lot of, you know, a lot of appreciation, props for all the stuff you guys did back at that time, because, you know, you guys had to go off of whatever you could get your hands on, and also your imagination, you know, just creating it, making it happen. All right, we're just trying to dig in right here now to this carpet mat right here. All right, cool. Now let me break it back. Yeah, I think these were like, some were like $8, $10. I think the one of them I might have paid like 25, I think, for one. Just because it was like the last one they had in stock and they didn't have any more. And I was like, dude, I gotta get this one, bro. I gotta seal the deal right here. Try to get all the flat ones, because there's ones that are in different angles also, like triangle. Dang, let's see. See, right now I'm like pushing it kind of light, not too hard, because I know if I start pushing it too hard, it's gonna start digging in like kind of deep. All right, so now it looks like we deleted the floor mat. It looks like, you know, obviously we could decorate this with fuzzy fur. As long as we knock down a lot of what we want to knock down, I think we should be good. Right here. Let me see. Hey, what's up? Big Charlie's Model Garage. How you doing, man? What's up? Yeah, we're just hanging out right here for a little bit. Checking in. Wanted to do a little bit of progress before call it a night, you know, before we get started with the week tomorrow. All right, let's see. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm good, man. Thank you. Thank you. Let me see. Oh, nice. All right, so yeah, the CA glue. Dang. All right, I gotta bust that out. I was just reading the comments right here. All right, cool. I hope everybody had a good weekend, you know, hung out, just chilled. Yeah, last night I went to like some like music event, like something very like a small thing, not like a concert, nothing like that. Just like one of my friends they were recognizing him for some project he had done, and went out there to support him. That was pretty fun. And yeah, today was just family time, you know. Just hung out with family, ran errands, did the things that needed to be done, around the pad. And then earlier I was packing my orders that I'm shipping out tomorrow. So I was like, all right, cool, you know, I'm done, get to chill. All right, guys, so let's see now. This is gone, and now it's just, you know, some minimal sanding that I could do right here. I'm thinking of probably busting out maybe this one, this 240 grit. Yeah, Charlie. So pretty much what I was doing is I'm using these chisels right here that I just got a while back. Not just got, but busted them out a little bit ago. And you know, I was using these just to show, since the car I'm going from a left-hand drive to a right-hand drive. Wanted to get rid of, like, you know, the pedals and all that stuff right there. So I was just kind of showing one of the methods you could use with these for wanting to clean this stuff up, to just kind of like a shortcut. You know, you could, you know, obviously you could sand it, you could do lots of various things, but I just saw this as like a little shortcut that I was like, oh, you know what? bust out the chisels real quick. It'll be perfect for this since we're going somewhat of an angle, and just clean all this stuff up. And then after, follow it up with some sanding, which we're gonna do right now. So there you go. And so 240 is like one of my favorite grit sizes from God Hand right here. This is like my workhorse grit. Obviously it's right under the, what is it, 320, which sometimes could be harsh, but let's check out the, let's check that out. It's starting to come through right here. Right there, it's starting to look cleaner. And then also, let's say, man, this fits perfect. Look at that. It fits like pretty clean right there on the floor. So this is a 240 grit from God Hand, and this is a 10 millimeter as far as like the foam where my fingers are resting on. So this is 10 millimeter right there. And then let's just hit the side, why not? Let's see. Not put too much pressure. Okay, so right here, when you start to see the black right there, I mean, it doesn't mean that it's completely flat. So on this part, you go two routes. You could either put some putty in here, or you could just put some CA glue, run it through, you know, with a little a wooden stick, and then you know, spread it out, let it flow out, and then, you know, you could hit it with like some accelerator, and then from there, you know, you could just sand it really lightly, and then bam. See, like this side, you see that stuff right there. Here, let me see if I can knock down that with this. So, you know, obviously if I sand this, it's gonna take a minute, right? Sanding that down. But let me see if I could carve this out. See how close I can get. There we go. Dang. Gone. So yeah, these chisels come in handy, man. They come in handy for a lot of various things. And then let's see the table. Right now it's getting a bit messy. A lot of debris down here, as you can see. Man, this thing right here, this pet, it's gotta eat, man. We gotta feed him. All right, so let's check out the next piece. This piece right here. So you see, it starts to look kind of like it's shaping up, but it still needs to be sanded. So we could either hit it with the 240, get there quicker, or the 400, right? Play it safe. But I think with this one, it should be fine, like the 200. And then just kind of, I'll let it just go. Oh, let me fix this because I keep hitting this little thing and it's making a bunch of noise. Hold on. All right, there we go. Yeah, man, that little vacuum thing comes in handy. I remember at first when I was getting them in, people were like, "What the heck? Like, what is that? What's that little thing? What does that do?" You know? And I would explain, oh, it's just a little vacuum. You know, and most people were like, "Oh, I just like dust it out or wipe it with my hand, and that's fine. I mean, I do that too, but I don't know. After a while, it's just kind of like, man, like I keep blowing this stuff on the ground or everywhere. I kind of want to do it like another way. So then I saw this dude on YouTube using one, and I was like, yo, like that's dope. Like, I'm gonna get one of those. And as time passed, I was able to get them, and I started carrying them. And I wouldn't get a lot though. I would only get a little bit because, not too many people were familiar with them. So a lot of them would just kind of sit there, like they wouldn't really sell. They weren't doing well at all. Like the brand name isn't as popular and stuff like that. And then like little by little, um, they started running out. And then now it's like whenever I get them in, I think people are more aware of them. They get them. They pick them up. They're not even that expensive. They're pretty inexpensive. Little machines. Okay. So right there, you could tell like the high and the low points right there. How the primer just came off pretty fast. Right there. So that's fine. We're trying to kind of shape up right there. To get more uniformed. That's where we want to go to. Um, that way, when someone looks into the dash and stuff like that of the vehicle, it looks clean. Like, oh man, look at that. It's like molded. Like we gotta pretend this is like a 101 scale custom. Especially for this dash right here. Let me try to fold this and go really light right here on this little part. But yeah, to me, these are the parts that take time, and this is like some of my favorite parts right here. This is where a lot of the things I've learned throughout the years kick in. A lot of the things that inspire me, ideas that friends have shared, suggestions, things I see from other builds that friends do that inspire me. This is where all the work comes in. Right now, I mean, I'm lucky enough that you guys are on here, at least hanging out and chopping it up on the chat and stuff. And like, I don't feel like I'm by myself. Like it's chill. But sometimes a lot of times we're working by ourselves. There's nothing going on. Like probably listening to music or something. Let's hit the center now. Let me see. This part looks pretty clean, pretty smooth. It's more the bottom. And it's crazy because sometimes you put in all this work and, obviously sometimes these things get overlooked. But it's worth it at the end, even if time passes by, and people get to see it like a second, third time. They really start to see. From inspecting this piece, I noticed, right here, obviously is where the glass rests, and then this little piece right here. And this is something I was like, dude, I gotta remove that, because I was like, man, this thing's I don't know, it's gonna get in the way when there we go. Let's remove it right now. When I try to fit the glass in or something, it's not gonna sit right. I was thinking of sanding it, but then I was like, well, I got the chisels right here. Why not? Why not just hit it real quick, really light? Flip the chisel upside down. Really light right here. There we go, it's gone. On one side, let's see the other side. Yeah, alright. Use my nails right there. Alright, cool. That looks kind of weird, but I'm gonna do a test fitment. I might have to clean all this up right here also, just to make sure the fitment, because it looks wonky right there. It doesn't look uniform. I mean, it's an old mold. It's all good. We'll make it work. we'll make it work. Yeah, even this too looks weird. Like if you look right, this is like a little flat right here, and then you turn it around and look at this part. You're like, what the heck is that? It's like a hook or something. Huh. Should we cut it? I think we should cut it. Yeah, why not? I mean, if something happens, if later we realize, oh, don't, or right now George is gonna say, don't cut it. You actually need it for this. Nah. Here, let's see. Just trying to get. There we go. There, now it's flat, like this one. That's weird. What the hell? All right. Cool. Oh, what's going on right here? I see something. Oh, it might be a piece of glue. Oh, yeah, it is. It's an excess amount of glue. It popped, like it cracked a little right there when I was hitting it right there. I was like, wait, it looks weird. Man, it's crazy. I'm like putting on all this little bit of work on these bottom parts, and these are like parts that I don't even know if they're even gonna matter at the end. But we'll see. Hey, what's up, Casey? What up? What up? Yeah, so this Tuesday I'm doing another live podcast. Same time, 9 p.m. Pacific, and this is gonna be with Shane Man Cave Models. First time, I believe on the no, second time on the podcast, but this will be the first time he's doing it live, like on camera with me, because the first time he was on the podcast, it was just over the phone. We talked over the phone. You know, we've never met in person at that time or anything. You know, it was just all through. We would chop it up on Instagram and things like that. But you know, over the years, we've gotten to know each other and stuff, and now we're gonna do a live video with Shane. So that's gonna be pretty fun. Here, let me clean this a little bit right here too. Man, I love this tool. It's a little gone hand nipper. Let's see the back. Yeah, so the trunk is already glued on here. Already glued it right there. Let's see how this would fit. Oh, that's how he goes. And this is gonna go right here. So let's look at the back. Let's inspection the back. So yeah, I'm gonna have to clean a little bit of the back right here. I don't like that it's too close to those vents right here that I cut out. I'm gonna have to trim this a little. Then I gotta do a fitment with the glass also, just to see how this is all gonna pan out, how it's all gonna work out right there. The Corvair, dang, a neat little car. And then this needs to be reprimered again for like the 10th time. Nah, but yeah, we gotta reprimer this. And then let's see what's going on with the fitment. It feels a little weird. I think it's probably because we switched it from one side to the other, and it almost feels like, oh, I know what it is. I gotta cut a little bit this at an angle. Hopefully it doesn't break off. If it does, that would suck. I'd be like, dang, I did all this for nothing. No, I'm playing. There we go. Let's see how it does now. right. I think, oh, here we go. Right there. I think this is it now. I think we have a better lineup now. Yeah, I think that's what it needed. It needed a little bit of, just a little bit of space. I don't know if there's a little bit of pressure or what. All right. Let's see if it stays in there. Hold on. Let me see. Once I get in here. All right, cool. Let's look at the inside right there. Should be on that side. Man, when I see it like this, man, I want like some low seats on here. Dang. Look at that. Should we put a screen on that center console? Not playing. A screen. Bam. Let's see. Let me look at Armando. What do you say? Before you cut the back piece on the package tray. Oh, yeah. Try the glass first. Thank you. All right. We'll do that. Here, let's see. Let's bust it out right now. Let's do it right now. We're already here. All right. Let's pull out the glass. See how we do with this thing. Let's pull out the vidrio. Bam. All right. Let me see where we're at. Is it right here? Where is my? Oh, dang. I don't know where it's at. I'm gonna get my blade, but it's all good. I'll just throw the bag. Just do it this way for now, and then I'll get something else later. All right, so here we are. The glass, dang, it looks clean right now. It's not even scratched or anything. What the heck? I better not. Oh, here you are. This thing was hiding. All right, so one thing I've learned is back then I used to make a mistake by getting these nippers, and I used to be like, bam, and just cut it right there, right? But I would end up like cracking it. So let me see. Now I kind of go a little more in just to release it from the actual tree. And I still leave that part on. And I just use a hobby knife. But yeah, because I learned my lesson one time. I was like, dang, I cracked that piece of glass. But I need my cutting mat, so let me see. Let me just move all this stuff. Let me see if I can just kind of cut it here. Go back and forth. Watch it still crack. I'm like, dang. Trying to explain to you guys the method, and I still jacked it up. It happens. It could happen. I'm not saying it won't happen. You never know. All right, cool. Or you could even saw it off too. But I don't think I have my little saw with me. Oh, wait. Do I? Ah, dang. I left it in the other, Oh, yeah, that's another thing too. When I'm doing this, I'm realizing like sometimes I'm like, oh man, I gotta be careful that I don't mess up. But you know what? If I mess up, it's all good, you know? Not everything's gonna be perfect. All right, let's see. All right. All right, cool. Let's get this piece off. All right. looks nasty. This little bit right there looks weird. But you probably won't even see it. Here, let me take off this piece because I don't think this, I think this comes off. Yeah, this comes off. All right. Under pressure. All right, cool. Yeah, it still looks weird. Okay, so let me see. I'm just trying to figure out how we're gonna mock this up. So this is the one for the front. We're gonna need, obviously need tape for this part. Couple pieces. Let's bust out the classic to go to Tamiya tape for this demo. Oh yeah, you can't even see it. Clean, that's dope. That's dope. I was a little worried right there. Like, man, all this talking for nothing. No. All right, we got that part in there, and then I'll still put a little piece right here. In case if this glass gets scratched, I'm really not too worried. Like, I mean, like a small little tiny scratch, because I could always polish the glass later. I'll do a little video on that in the future when the time is here. All right, so the front part's already being held. Uh-oh, check that out. I gotta cut this out. I'm not gonna do it right now though, because I need my saw. I need to find it. But I am gonna have to cut this side piece off because I got rid of that little pillar that was right here. Dang, that's what happens. You start making little modifications. You gotta also consider those little things. You gotta get them off. Oh, it's not even holding it. What the heck? I need something stronger. Maybe the green tape. Hold on. Yeah, maybe green. Yeah, green tape will do it. So, for this situation. All right, bam. Let's bust out the green tape. But let's get rid of that tape. That tape though, the yellow one, because what's the point if I throw it over? Not, I'll save it for later. But let's bust out the green one. All right, cool. Yeah, this is a lot stronger. This green one. All right. Now let's get this one out. I need to get this little thing off. What the hell is weird? All right, let me cut this little piece off. All right, cut the little leg off, but we still have the little stem right here. Let me use my hobby knife to try to cut that off. And I'm just going back and forth, like trying to use it like if it was like a little saw. But yeah, on the once I find where I left my little saw, I'll cut those pieces. I should do them live so you guys could see how I cut glass from the styrene right there. All right, just so you guys could get an idea, because in case if you guys have to do that one day, or you already have a method, but at least you kind of see the way I was doing it right there. So all right, let's put this in the back. Right here. Ooh. Let me see. Let me go a little forward because that feels weird. I think it's like that. Oh yeah, that glass is gonna have to come off from the bottom too. I'm gonna have to mark it with like a marker. Are people already doing fireworks in your guys' area? I keep hearing them right now over here. They keep going off. Let's see. All right, now the moment of truth. Let's put the interior tub. Bam. All right. So let's take some notes, some homework that I got right here. Look at the bottom right there. So I'm already kind of getting an idea what I need to get rid of, what's going to stay, what's going to go. Oh yeah, look at the back right there. It's all smooth now. All right. I might have to cut some of the glass, even from the interior. I know you're supposed to glue it, but I don't think I need that whole strip. I could just like half of it or something, because that's a lot of glass to just be on the roof, on the ceiling inside. So basically, I'm gonna have to get rid of this side window, this little corner window piece right here on both sides. And then I need to get rid of right here. This needs to be open. I don't want this, how this is sticking out. I don't like it. That's got to come off right there. Let me see if I could score it a little bit. Yeah, I don't want this. I'm just like putting a line on it, so this way I kind of know. All right, let's take this off. Yeah, green tape for the win came in handy. Still strong. Could still use it. I'm gonna put it right here. Here, you guys can see me put it away. All random, but we'll put it right there for now. All right. Cheap. So it's gonna be, I could feel it. I don't know if you guys could see it, but that line right there that I did, I need to cut all that off. I'm gonna have to get my saw, my little saw, and just cut that off, sawing it. Because if I use anything else, or if I decide, oh, I'll cut it with this, I know I'm gonna mess it up. I know it's gonna be very, very visible. I wonder if this will work. No, I don't think this will work. This thing's strong. Yeah, but it's too, I don't know, feel like chunky. All right, so that's that. Another thing too, I wanted to tell you guys, I found my wires, the ones that I use for my antennas. This one right here. So with these, I need to clean it. I gotta get my some polish, some compound, get a little rag and just wipe it back and forth and get this nice and clean and polished up. It's really long, but I'll cut it, you know. I'll probably cut it in half. And then basically, let me see how much back I get on the camera. I wanted to just kind of show you guys. I was thinking of like, maybe like somewhere right here, having the antenna stick out. Here, let me see what I'm gonna do right now. I'm slipping. I need to get my other tools because there's other tools I have, but they're in another box. I need to bring them over here. But anyway, so yeah, with two antennas, like right here at an angle like this, probably gonna be like right here. I'm thinking like one right here and then one behind it right here. And they're probably gonna shoot out, I don't know, maybe up to here. Like right up here. I'm gonna like snip it and then have the other one stick out probably a little further. The lower one's gonna be like a little bit longer than this one. I think that's the way I'm gonna do it. So I gotta like mark like two little like one spot and then mark another spot and then start drilling like at an angle, you know. Um, doing like a small little drill cut, not too much. I could even use like my hobby knife, but I do have a file that's more of a like a not a like I think it's like a diamond shape, like half a diamond, that I would like to kind of make the incision in there too. So this way I have those two right there. So then this will be looking, a little bit more Japanese style, like custom, somewhat low rider, bam, right there. And then with the wheels on there, all this custom. And let me see what else. Yeah, I think I am gonna fill this in right here though. The more I'm looking at this, the more it's bothering me. I'm starting not to like this cap right here, this little door. I think I need to get rid of it. Man, I could just say, oh, to put gas in the car, I have to open this up and put it in there. But nah, I don't know. Cause yeah, I don't want to put it back. It's not gonna go down back here, you know. I know George put his right here. That looked dope, but he shaped it right here in the other part too. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just get deleted and just leave it, like, you know. And then and I'm gonna use one headlight, and the other one's gonna be dark. So it's gonna be more like it's gonna look like a pirate, right there. And I don't know. The thing is, it's like when you stare at this body, you'll see, okay, well, this end is like higher, this is lower, and this is higher. I know George said he had extended this down. I think he put more styrene on his. I know in other past cars what I've done, and you guys have probably done this too, to lower it even more. I've cut out like this bottom little trim off, like this little piece right here. It's like, what is it? Maybe like a millimeter long. I've cut this before to make it lower, but then sometimes what happens is this piece is what's hiding the undercarriage, the belly, you know. So you gotta be careful sometimes because then that stuff's like exposed and you're like, oh man, I just cut that. So that's another thing to consider right there. But yeah, this glass is gonna go like this side piece right here. But yeah, once I get my saw and everything, before I cut it, I'm most likely going to like kind of what I did in the other. I'll probably get my hobby knife right here, and then I'll just score it, just so I see where the line is, and then I'll get a marker and I'll start to color in the area that's gonna be gone. It's gonna get deleted, and then I'll just start to saw that and like sand it and kind of buff out that edge right there. And then as far as like this, oh shoot, this right here, I feel like this is too long. These pieces, they're too long. Like they need to go. Let's see here. Damn, that thing flew. There we go. There, a lot better. I might even cut them a little more. I just felt like they were just sticking out too much, like in there. I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna see it, but still, it's just too much. So we got homework now, guys. There with the glass, and then we also have homework with filling in this gas cap right here, drilling out the 2 holes right here. That's gonna be for the 2 antennas, the French antennas that are gonna be going right there at an angle, Japanese style. Look up Cholos Japan and all these other great manufacturer customizers that are out there. Look those dudes up. They got some cool stuff right there. And then I'm trying to think of what else. As far as like the interior, I gotta revisit. I gotta reprimer the front dash, and then I also have to smoothen out all this. And then I gotta start looking at my seats. Like, what kind of seats am I gonna end up going with for this build? Because I do want some low seats on there. And then I'll be able to have the car all low set up with the little vending machine in the background right here. Here, let me move the camera up. Bam, little vending machine right there. Be all up in Japan right there, getting off just to get a little coffee. But yeah, we'll see what's up. We'll see what we get into with this build as we progress. Yeah, I primered this yesterday. So this is gonna be a little vending machine. So later I'll spray this white, all white, and then I'm gonna start putting like the paint, and then start putting the decals and all that stuff on there too. So this way, like when the time comes to clear this, I'll be able to like clear that too and get that going. So this way, I don't end up tossing out a lot of clear, because a lot of the times I end up throwing away a lot of the clear that ends up mixing. I end up mixing sometimes too much, and I'm like, dude, like I should have had another car right there or something, But yeah, sometimes it doesn't work out like that. Here, let's see. This is a big piece. Here, we gotta feed this little dude right here. Let's see if we'll get this big chunk. Oh, damn, even dust flew out. Yep, got it. Here's another one. That seems hungry, dude. Sheesh. And then this is his little hut right here where he rests right there. So I'll just like turn on my light. Yeah, he'll show. Then this is his homie right here. His little poster. His little Gundam right there. In his room right there. That's where he kicks it. Then I got the Dremel right here. We got the little glue holders right there. And then I have this little Japanese street light going on right there. Yeah, let me bring it down so I show you guys. Little by little, I'm kind of just putting stuff in the background. That's the street light right there. I need to make another one. This is the only one I got. I put a little decal right there too. Weathered it a little. Yeah, this one was fun. This was a fun one. Put that one right there back. Chilling right there. Got my shark. And then you see right now it's what, 80, yeah, about 80 degrees in here right now. So sometimes earlier I was at 100, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna be in there working on stuff, because then it gets hot. Let's see, let's put this stuff away right here. But hey, thank you guys for hanging out. You know, thanks for cruising through. So Tuesday we're doing the podcast with Shane, Man Cave Models. Awesome dude. We're gonna be talking about a Porsche that he had built for a charity event, and you know, just catching up with them. I mean, he's been in the game for a long time, building model cars and stuff. So it's gonna be pretty nice catching up with him. You know, just seeing like what he's been up to and stuff. That's gonna be pretty dope. And I'm hoping to see him too in the future because he's another person that goes to Atlanta a lot. So you know, we'll talk about some Atlanta stuff and see what else you know, we get into. He was telling me he wants to come to California to visit out here, check out like Peterson Museum and all that, and see what's up like in the future, you know. But we'll see. Tomorrow, I'm just gonna be chilling. You know, I got some stuff going on. Like I'll be busy, but then I'll be getting prepped for Tuesday night. You know, I'll be getting ready for that. So once Tuesday night rolls up, I'm just gonna be like, all right, cool. I gotta start getting ready. You know, to do the podcast with Shane. We're gonna start right at 9 p.m. Pacific. I think it'll be like 1 in the morning for him. It's gonna be like a ridiculous like time difference for him. And he's down though. He's like, I'll do it, you know. So we're gonna do that. And once we get done with all that, that episode would be like live later in case if you missed it or anything and you want to check it out later. That thing will be up for sure, that you can check out right there. And let's see here. Just trying to put all this stuff away right here for later. I need to order I need to get like a bigger cutting mat. I always like these smaller ones. Very portable, you know, they fit in different little boxes and stuff, but now I'm getting to a point where I think I want to get a big one so it takes up all this room and space right here. So this way, it's just, I don't got to keep moving stuff around. And I need to figure out how to kill this autofocus thing on my phone when I'm going live. Because I've been looking on YouTube and everything. I cannot find any information, any videos on anybody talking about it. Whatever videos I find, it's more like information as to like how to do it just on your regular phone for photos and videos, stuff like that. But that's not what I'm looking for. So if you guys have any info on that, keep me posted. Let me know. I'm gonna keep searching. There has to be a way that I could be able to switch that up right there. Let's see here real quick before I go. I have this little box. Check it out. This is where I keep all my seats organized. Right here, this little box. Some of these seats are from White Chocolate 124 in Spain. Let's see. Yo, what up, Javi? Damn, what's up, man? I gotta check that out. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not gonna put these seats, but I just wanted to show you guys the seats right here. Yeah, a lot of different ones, and then I just kind of save them. Some of them are like from Aoshima kits too. Some are, you know, I would say most of them are 3D printed too. But yeah, I have these. I just like how they sit well and perfect in this little case right here. And then, yeah, this is just more of a mix up of like stuff right here. Some 3D printed parts and just like other random parts right here. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna use any of those. Oh, yeah, I don't have seats in here. Yeah, I gotta decide on the steering wheel too. So I'm probably gonna go with one of these steering wheels for this car also. As wheel. Let's see. Oh yeah, these are just wheels. Check it out. Even these wheels fit in here. But these are cool. I mean, you can hang them. They got this little thing right here. But yeah, I just keep them in here, over here on this side for now. That'd be pretty neat right there. If I had more, you know, obviously I'd stack them right there. Since I don't really have room for these markers for now, I like how they just fit perfect in here. They just slide in there. Right there. Bam. So yeah, I'm just trying to use the space as much as I can. All right here with this, a lot of these goodies and stuff. And I have a cassette player here, but a little tiny one, portable one. But I don't think I got no tapes. I need a speaker. I need to get like a little speaker. That way I could connect a little cable right here. And I do have tapes in a box, and I'll bust these out. And then I could just put this somewhere where I just hit play, bam, play some tunes right there. But I'm chilling that. And then here's all the tape that could be used right there. Then I hung up this blank canvas for now right here. But later I'll swap it out with something. And I'll be able to have some art or something up there. Then we got the ScaleRiders plaque. I gotta polish that thing right there. That thing's looking kind of crazy. I need to clean it up. It's a bit dirty. And then here, I gotta finish playing with this thing later. And I was demoing cleaning the roof right here, but this is just a test body right here that I gotta play around with a little later, right there. And let's see what else. I think that's it, guys. I think I'm gonna head out. I think it's that time that I gotta just chill. And tomorrow, another day, you know. So stay tuned Tuesday. I did post the little flyer on the community comments on there. So if you guys haven't seen it, it's up there. And maybe I'll do a short or something, just kind of reminding you guys about the podcast that's coming up on Tuesday, right there. But thanks for hanging out. We'll do this again, you know, after the podcast. We'll follow through later in the week as to what we're doing with this build, the Corvair right here. And I'm gonna get the rest of those tools that I need. So this way, you know, I want to record doing all that stuff that I was telling you guys that I have down for homework that needs to be done. But thanks for tuning in, guys. It's a Sunday night, just chilling out. And, you know, it's time to call it a night, get ready for tomorrow. Got to get up early, take my daughter to school and all that, you know, start work and all that, and then drop off orders and all that stuff. So thanks for tuning in. Catch you guys, you know, on the next one. Hopefully you guys could join on Tuesday on the chat room, and you guys have a good one as well. And, you know, if you guys are overseas, you know, obviously it's already daytime. Enjoy the rest of your day out there. Be safe. And everyone else, you know, just have a good night. All right, guys. Peace out.